everyone, it's Merc007 here, otherwise known as Miss Merc. Thank you for joining my Doujin Games Spotlight video. Today I want to share with you some Doujin games from Japan getting international releases on Kickstarter. Please enjoy. Doujin games are indie games from Japan, usually handmade or self-published with a small print run. A lot of the games designed in Japan can go out of print quickly, no matter how beautiful or how wonderful the game is, as printing is extremely expensive. That's why some Japanese games are so rare and sought after. And this year in 2020, we saw several Doujin games from Japan get an international release on Kickstarter, which is amazing. Usually it's very difficult for Japanese board game designers to get noticed in the international gaming scene without help from fans. I'm a huge Doujin games fan, so I'll continue to share these games when I can. I have my fingers crossed, and I hope the Doujin designers can continue to launch their games internationally and reach the rest of the world. Also, as a little insight, if you want to learn about games coming out from Japan, usually the board game designers use Twitter to reach their Japanese audience. Using Board Game Geek is usually a little further down the track as there is a little language barrier for them. But I am trying to encourage more designers to register on BGG and share their games. Also, last month I made a Trello board to show board games coming soon from Japan. You can check it out in the link below. For the games I mentioned in this video, I'll share the Twitter links in the description box. Let me know in the comments below how you get your Japanese game news. Since there are so many games that I want to talk about, I'll start with the latest ones that I came across. Then I'll talk about some upcoming Doujin games. Let's begin! Dragon Scary Go Round by Tanax. This game I was able to try online with my friends and loved it instantly. It's such a wholesomely fun game. Something that's great for children but also as a gateway game. In Dragon Scary Go Round, players are trying to take down a dragon before the time runs up. Some co-op games lend way for a leader to take charge, but in this game I felt that everyone played an equal role and was engaged and active in the game the whole time. This is one of my favourites. It has that nostalgic feel to it. Since the print run is so small, it may be a little difficult to find the game in the market outside of Japan. There's a bilingual live stream if you want to learn about the rules and watch us play the game. Next is Yura Penguin by Ryoko Yabuchi. This awesomely cute game is one of my favourites to come out of Kickstarter this year. I fell in love with the artwork straight away. The designer Ryoko-san is also an illustrator and a mum. She also publishes a Japanese free board game paper, it's like a magazine, during her spare time. So she's pretty talented. With Yura Penguin, even though the mechanics of the games are similar to other games, the design and artistry of Yura Penguin really shines. I think it'll be a visual standout at any game day. In this game, players are racing to try get rid of their hand of cards without toppling over the giant iceberg. Even though I didn't get a chance to play this game, I couldn't resist backing this project. Let's look at Jingi by Deg. This is truly a Doujin game. Deg the designer is usually involved in designing video games. Then he surprised everyone with this gem. Originally, this game was only going to have a tiny print run of 100 copies because this is his first board game and he really wanted to check out the market. But luckily, due to popular demand, it went to 200 copies. And this one looks pretty rare, as it probably, don't quote me on it, might not get a reprint. I'm not really sure. But Jingi is a two-player game where players control gods to take over the Jingi treasure so they can rebuild the world. It uses a play on the tic-tac-toe mechanic, but then the game goes even deeper. It's a real strategic game that can be played really quickly. The artwork is amazing, as you can see. I love it. And of course, the next one is Izayoi by Nanatsumu. which I already made a preview video of it, and you can check that out. The link is below. This wonderful game showcases Japanese culture well. In Izayoi, players are trying to win Japanese wakamono accessories to earn the most points. Not only are the illustrations very beautiful, but the game has mechanics that involves a cultural aspect. Respecting your master and not letting them lose face. Nanatsumu had great communication throughout their campaign, and I really love their artwork. The game is so much fun also, with the hidden roles. I hope they can continue making beautiful games like this. And the next is Eetenki by Accent Circonflexe. Eetenki is a 2 to 4 player game where players are priestesses in the old world with special sorcery, allowing them to divine and manipulate the weather to grow the most worthy rice for their region. I was also able to try this game out while it was in the prototype stages, and it's extremely fun. It's one of the most thematic games, and it really transports you into that historical fantasy world. The company Accent Circonflexe has a lot of positive feedback about their game. But in order to do a print run, they are raising monies to pay for the run, plus also hire professional artists. This game really needs to get printed so gamers around the world can play it. Next, I want to talk about some upcoming Doujin games on Kickstarter in September. The first one is the awesome Crash Octopus by Itten Games. This one I'm eagerly anticipating, mainly because I love the weird, intelligent octopus creature, but I also love the components of this game. In Crash Octopus, players are racing to recover treasured cargo in the raging waters, while a gigantic, crazed octopus is flailing about. It's a dexterity game for 2 to 4 players. I can see how this game will get lots of laughs. Also, there's no standard game board. You use the environment as your play area, whether it be a flat table or another surface. The wooden pieces look amazing, so I can't wait for this one to launch. Itten Games always makes very interesting games with interesting components. I like how creative they are. The second upcoming Doujin game is Bistro Flip by Bananamoon. Bistro Flip is being released by the Doujin group Bananamoon team fairly soon. The Bananamoon team has a long and good history of creating things related to innovation and design. They started game design in 2019, so it's an interesting company to follow. Bistro Flip is a culinary party game for 3 to 5 players, where players try to create and make the best meal for a demanding diner. For me, the best part of this was to see what crazy recipes you can come up with. Also, you get to learn about what food your friends like or dislike. Since the game has cute illustrations and it has Japanese and English on the cards, I think this might be a great gift for someone who's studying Japanese as well. The game helps bring discussion about food from other countries as well. The third upcoming Doujin game in September is Gunshi, The Art of Strategy by Grandoor Games. This game is a fun strategic game for 2 players. This game came out at Essen around last year, I believe. I don't really do well in chess games, but I still like playing them, and this one has that feel, but it has so much more. Players are tacticians sending commands to their troops on the field to try and infiltrate their opponent's region or capture the shogun. There are many mechanics with this game. The game only has 3 troop pieces as opposed to chess with their many pieces, but this one only has 3 troop pieces, so it's easy to remember what they do. But it also features a hidden shogun, forward planning. Basically, it takes time to send your messages to the troop, so there's a little delay when they can act, like Robo Rally's planning style. And the fun mechanic of activating adjacent troops of the same type in a formation to act as one. This one I had a lot of laughs with due to the forward planning. It's really funny to see if your plans and predictions will turn out. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at these Doujin games with me. This is the first time I'm trying this style of video. I was really inspired by, a shout out to Shelf Clutter, to share more upcoming Doujin games, and also by Liege of Games to try a different style in creating YouTube videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. I make these videos only as a hobby and I don't get paid for them, so hopefully one day I can get maybe like 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support as always. Thank you for watching. Until next time, happy gaming!